Hey, this is Travis.
And this is Jason. We are the QBs on Wheels. so, Travis, are you a big time gambler?
I do like to gamble. I'm not a big time gambler, but I do like to get a little risky.
You don't like you don't have the big fat rolls of hundreds that you carry around?
I don't think I'd be doing this if I did.
That's a good point. All right. Let's take a look at the betting lines. What do you say? I want to get your opinions. I'll tell you this. From last night's game, shows exactly why I am not a gambler on NFL football. And that's because a whole lot of Seahawks fans rejoiced and then were let down. The Seahawks won last night by 1 point. However, they were favored by 1.5 points. So they were very happy to see the big green uh, wave win. However, it hurt their pocketbooks. I would bet for more than a few of them.
Yeah, definitely did.
Let's take a look at who we got this week. A big matchup, Steelers and Ravens, and this is always a tight game, regardless of their records coming in. Right now, Baltimore is in a two-way tie with Cleveland for first, with the Steelers right behind. They're favored by 3.5. What do you think?
Yep, that will happen.
You think they'll beat them by more than 3.5?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think.
it's a divisional game, and divisional games are kind of closer, but the Ravens should cover that spread.
Yeah, I would think so. With their offense that has had new life breathed into it this season.
Yeah.
Um, this one is interesting. Two teams that I expected to be better than they are Arizona and Cincinnati. Cincinnati is favored by 3.5.
Cincinnati's favored to win that game.
They are by 3.5.
No,
I
I,
agree.
I think the Cardinals are winning that game.
Yeah, the Cardinals have been a big disappointment this year. Um, but you're right. I think that they can definitely beat the spread.
They also
And
played pretty decent teams, though.
yeah, exactly. Cincinnati is 0-4. I have a feeling they will be the first 0-5 team we see this year.
Yep.
Jacksonville and Carolina. Always one of my favorite games. These two were the expansion teams a few years ago, and they were both miserable and both ended up uh, doing amazing things in short periods of time. But those aren't the old Jags or the old Panthers. Panthers are favored by 3.5.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see them. I don't see them covering that game.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think
Jackson
the the
quarterback's been hot.
yeah, he has. We did a poll in our Twitter feed and asking people who is the best backup quarterback, and 80% of the people answered uh, Gardner Minshew. So um, yeah, I think he's definitely earned the starting position. Um, we'll see when Nick Foles comes back. Minnesota Vikings and New York Giants. The Vikings are favored by 5.5, which I thought was high until I realized that Saquon is out for the game. So that's probably worth a few points right there. So what do
Yeah,
you think?
5.5. Golden Tate comes back this week, but Vikings should probably cover that. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I think so too. The Vikings have looked good, even though their record isn't flawless.
Yeah.
All right, here's the tough decision: New England Patriots against the Washington Redskins. 4-0 versus 0-4. However, the Patriots are favored by 15.5.
I mean,
More than 2 touchdowns.
It's definitely possible. I wouldn't bet money on it now. I don't like them big spreads.
Yeah, I don't either, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Patriots. I think they got this one covered.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I think that the Redskins are just floundering. They don't know what to do. I'm not sure if you heard the news today. They're going to sit Case Keenum. However, they're not going to their number 2. They're jumping over their number 2 and going to Colt McCoy, who's their number 3 quarterback.
Yep.
That surprised me. That was a shocker.
Yeah, I think Dwayne Haskins needs more time because he didn't look good when he came in last week.
Apparently, so does Coach Gruden.
Yeah.
Philadelphia favored by 13.5 over the New York Football Jets. Another big spread. The Battle of the Green.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's not in, so yeah, probably I can see that.
Okay.
And if Sam Darnold was playing, it'd be a little different. But yeah, they could probably do that.
How about the Saints and the Buccaneers? Buccaneers looked amazing for 1 week. I think they're strong enough to topple the Saints. The Saints are favored by 4.5.
Yeah, I could see that. They're not going to topple the Saints. No, I could see the Saints winning by 4.5.
Okay. And of course, there's a little team from Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons are playing the Houston Texans and are underdogs by 4.5.
So Houston by 4.5.
Houston by 4.5.
Yeah, I can see that. Even though Atlanta has, on paper, man, they got one hell of an offense, but they're just not coming together. If I had to bet money, I would not take it. But man, I think Houston hasn't been playing that good either, actually. So no, I'm gonna say no.
No, change your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Houston hasn't been playing that good either.
Hit the reverse button.
Yeah.
All right. So you got Atlanta.
No, I think Houston's gonna win. I just don't think they're gonna win by 4.5.
Right. Okay. So you got Atlanta at least losing a close one.
Probably by field goal.
Okay. I'm gonna go one further. I think Atlanta's gonna win that game.
That'd be nice.
I think that Julio Jones is just pissed off enough that he's a real leader on that team emotionally, and I think he's had it. I think he's gonna get those guys fired up, and if he can't, then their season's done. I think this is a must-win for Atlanta to rally.
Yeah, I think that you're right. It's definitely a must-win for Atlanta, and I hope you're right that they're gonna win. That'd be nice.
Tennessee Titans are favored over the 3-1 Buffalo Bills, who have looked surprisingly good this season. The reason they're favored is because Josh Allen is apparently out. He's still at concussion protocol, has not been cleared to play. Sean McDermott says he will play him if he's cleared, but they are preparing their backups.
I'd say if Josh Allen plays, I think Buffalo wins that game. If not, I think Tennessee could win that game. And I also seen that Taylor Lewan is coming back, and that might be really, really good for their offensive line, and it might be really, really good for Derrick Henry. So,
Okay. So you, assuming it doesn't change, that Allen is out, you want the Titans.
Yeah, if Allen's out, I'd go with the Titans.
Okay. Chicago Bears and Oakland Raiders are playing on the other side of the big pond in London, and the Bears are favored by 5.5.
Is Mitch Trubisky playing?
He is not.
No? No, I think it's going to be a little closer than that.
Okay. And the team that is mind-blowingly bad this season is the Denver Broncos. And they're facing the LA Chargers, who are mind-blowingly mediocre. So Chargers by 6.5. Pretty good spread. What do you think?
Man, that is a pretty big spread. Yeah, I'm going to say yes because 2 reasons. 1, Melvin Gordon's coming back, and I think with him and Austin Eckler, they'll be good. And 2, I heard that Nick Chubb is out. So that's put the damper on the defensive line. So, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, Chubb is out, by the way. Yeah, I agree. I think the Chargers can win that one. I think that they would love to have a game where they could even run up the score, just to kind of build their confidence.
I'd like that too.
Sunday afternoon, the game that I will be glued to is Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers. Dallas is favored by 3.5. What do you think there? Because these are 2 3-1 teams. They both look like contenders. What do you think?
Dallas for 3.5. That's a tough one because if they look anything like they did against New Orleans, that's not going to happen. But Green Bay didn't look too well against the Eagles too, so I don't know, man. Let's just say if I was betting, I'd stay away from that bet. I wouldn't bet on it because that could go either way.
Yep, you wouldn't take either way?
No.
I gotta cheer for my Cowboys, but to be honest, I think the Packers can beat the spread.
Yeah,
I think if the Cowboys win, it's gonna be very close, down to the wire. So I'm not very confident in my team right now. Interesting factoid because I like to be a nerd. 10 times in the past, the Cowboys have played the Packers, and one of them went on to the Super Bowl that year. 8 of those times, the game earlier in the season, the winner of that game went on to the Super Bowl. So, if these are both truly contenders, the winner of this game has an 80% chance of prevailing in the playoffs and going to the Super Bowl to represent the NFC. Will it hold true? Who knows?
If I was betting on that, I would not bet that.
Interesting other tidbit.
There's too many good teams in the NFC to say that would happen. But what's up?
I think this is the most unknown serious rivalry. We always think of rivalries as being the Cowboys and Eagles and they're the ones that are in the division, the Lions and the Bears.
Pittsburgh.
The Packers right? The Packers and the Cowboys have a long history that started very early on. You know, the Packers won the first 2 Super Bowls, right? Well, the Cowboys lost the championship game right before that, both times by just a couple of points.
Yeah.
So they have been or the Packers have been the nemesis for the Cowboys going back 50 years. One more game, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs and Indianapolis Colts on Sunday night. Chiefs are favored by 10.5.
I don't know. The Colts' offense isn't that great, but their defense is not bad at all. So I wouldn't take that, no.
So I think I would take that because I think it's going to be a shootout. The over-under is the highest in the league this week at 57.5. So if that's any indication, it's going to be a shootout, and in a shootout, KC has to win. I think they can beat them by a touchdown and a half.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, what'd you say? 10.5.
10.5, yeah.
I don't know.
I said that's about right. But it's that'd be a tough one to bet on, that's for sure.
I don't know if I would count on that. Especially Patrick Mahomes didn't even throw a touchdown against the Lions, and in my opinion, I think Colts have a better defense. Obviously, week to week is different, and anything can happen. But that's a tough one to bet on. I don't know if I would.
Well, any of these games you see as must-wins?
Well, yeah, I think the Falcons need to win.
Yep, that was one I thought of.
I think the Packers and Dallas both need to win because Eagles and Dallas are at the top of their division, and then you got the Lions. No, I'm almost positive all of the NFC North is like right there. So yeah, I think Packers and Dallas both need to win to stay at top.
Yeah. With Packers and Dallas, it's not that they need a win to make the playoffs, is they need an insurance win to make sure that they are in a good position at the end of the season to win their division.
I don't know.
Neither one of those teams wants to be a wild card.
Yeah, I don't know.
They want to win their division.
I think it's kind of a must win because their divisions they're pretty tough, man. And once you start going downhill and the other teams keep going up, it's hard to catch up. And then, like I said, there's too many good teams in the NFC, man. So 1 or 2 losses against good teams it's crucial.
Yep. I think that the other 2 teams that are in must-wins are the Chargers and the Steelers. The Steelers have that divisional game against Baltimore. They're down in their division. They're only 1-3, but a win against Baltimore puts them one step closer, and they'll be tied in the tiebreaker with Baltimore. The Chargers is an interesting one because I thought they were going to give their division a run for their money, and if they don't win over the Broncos, that division has slipped away from them.
Yeah.
It's just going to be too hard to catch up with the teams out west.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Well, we are out, and we will be back tomorrow to do our pick sixes. 6 guaranteed winners on Sunday, more or less.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.